HLA typing. The content which I have included in this presentation is introduction about HLA, characteristic features of HLA and its nomenclature, the methods used for HLA typing. Now I start with introduction. HLA stands for human leukocyte antigen. So the human leukocyte antigen genes are located within one of the most gene rich regions of human genome, which is called major histocompatibility complex, MHC, on the short term of the chromosome 6. So many of these genes, including HLA encoded protein, that have critical role in human responses. In this diagram, the short term of the chromosome 6 have a region of HLA gene, and it comprises class 1 and class 2. Class 1 includes A, B, C, and class 2 includes DP, DQ and DR. Here the difference between class 1 and class 2 HLA. Although there are many differences between two classes, including in the structure in many industrial distribution to the body on the peptide chain, the composition of the antigen binding cleft and the binding site for the T cell, the core sector which the T cell is all bind to each class, the size of the peptide binding cleft. Now the class 1 includes the classical gene A, B, C as I mentioned in the previous slides, and the class 2 includes DR, DQ and DP, and the distribution of class 1 in most present more somatic cells, and class 2 is antigen presenting cells, and the polypeptide chain is for class 1 is a single chain 45 to 47 alpha chains, and non-covalently linked to beta 2 microglobulin chain which is 12 kd, and for class 2 is the single alpha chain 32 to 34 kd non-covalently linked to the single beta chain which is 29 to 32 kd. And the composition of the antigen binding cleft for class 1 is alpha 1 and alpha 2 domains. For class 2 is alpha 1 and beta 1 domains. And the binding site for T cell co-receptor is for class 1, which is CD8 binds to alpha 3 region, and for class 2 it is CD4 binds to beta 2 region. And the size of the peptide binding cleft for class 1 HLA, it accommodates 8 to 11 amino acid residues, and for class 2 HLA it accommodates 10 to 30 amino acid residues. Coming to characteristic features of HLA, it is highly polygenic, which means it is composed of many genes, class 1, class 2 and class 3. The main two classes are class 1 and class 2, and it is highly polymorphic, which means it contains multiple variations of antigen or alleles, and it is pleiotropic, which means it has many functions like distinction of self from non-self and major player in antigen presentation, initiation and coordination of immune response. As I said in the previous slide, HLA have characteristic features of polymorphism. So HLA class 1 gene polymorphism is located within the exons that encodes the peptide binding groove and the points at which the T cell interact with the molecule itself. So this diversity serves to ensure ongoing pathogen recognition by increasing the serves of peptide motif that can bound and presented to T cells. So in this diagram, the binding site with the T cell receptor, in that case peptide binding groove with allele specific pockets in alpha 1 and alpha 2 regions, and the anchor residues are also present, the peptide having 8 to 9 amino acid residues, and the T cell receptor are going to bind with the binding site of the MH3 class 1 molecule. Over-dominant selection is also thought to have driven the extent of polymorphism. For example, in this diagram shows how immature thymocyte is differentiated and selected according to its binding to the HLA molecule on the cells of the body. So immature thymocyte which have T cells, for example, having two service markers CD8 plus and CD4 plus and T cell receptors. During this positive and negative selection, In positive selection of the cells with suitable affinity binding, so affinity with cellular molecules will be selected, while apoptosis do not interact with HLA molecule, and it will be negatively selected. Apoptosis occurs to these cells. So in second step, for the cells that shows affinity to bind with HLA molecules, also their positive or negative selection for these cells, positively selected cells, and it shows suitable or low affinity to the binding with the HLA cells of the body, and then it differentiated into two subsets, much more CD4 plus either or mature CD8 plus cells. While cell shows high affinity to the receptor for cell, actually it will be then negatively selected and apoptosis occurs to these cells. HLA nomenclature. In order to proceed then for HLA typing and how to read the sequence, we must know the nomenclature of the HLA to make the typing of our sequence. Here first prefix is present. The prefix of here is HLA, and the hyphen is used to separate the gene name and the HLA prefix. Then the gene is A here, and the star denotes the separator between the field 1, that is the allele group, is 02, and the field separator, and then the field 2 is a specific HLA protein which is 101, and field 3 used to show the synonym DNA substitution within the coding region which is 01, and the field 4 is used to show the non-coding region. After that, the prefix is used to denote the changes in expression. It's either N, L, S, Q, and it will be mentioned in these letters. Let me explain what are these suffix letters. So we can use the suffix as N, S, Q, A, C and L. So L is used to indicate an allele which have low cell surface expression when compared to normal levels, and N means null allele, and S suffix is used to denote an allele specifying a protein which is expressed as a soluble secreted molecules but it is not present on the cell surface, and the C suffix is signed to alleles that produce proteins that are present in the cytoplasm and not on all the cell surface, and A suffix indicates the aberrant expression where there is some doubt as to whether the protein is actually expressed or not, and Q suffix is used to when the expression of an allele is questionable, given that the mutation seen in the allele have been shown to affect the normal expression levels in other alleles. Now coming to the methods used for HLA typing. So what is the purpose of HLA typing? Actually, HLA typing along with ABO blood type grouping is used to provide the evidence of tissue compatibility. Of course, typing is used along with the blood type and the DNA test to determine the parentage, that is for parentage testing, and many of the MHC region genes are involved in immunological purposes. So there are many typing methods, for example surgical, cellular, which is MHC, and molecular. HLA typing by serology. So the most important method is microcytotoxicity assay. The complement dependent cytotoxicity test or microlymphocytotoxicity assay for the HLA typing has been developed in 60s, and the serology is still method of choice in many laboratories for low resolution typing of HLA-A and HLA-B. So owed to its simplicity and low cost. And by contrast, molecular typing has almost entirely replaced the CDC for other HLA loci, which is HLA-C, DR and DQ, for which serology is not precise enough. And the principle of complement dependent cytotoxicity CDC, whereas the lymphocytes are tested with the panel of sera containing well characterized HLA specific all antibodies. Here we can see here in this diagram, Terasaki plate is used for this method, and for the complement rabbit serum was taken, and we need to prepare the complement and T and B lymphocytes according to which type and which class of the virtually we need to type, and the result of this method is lysis if they are sliced as the end result appears, and for the lymphocyte by the serum counting nucleotide HLA beam. For example, 27 antibodies denotes HLA B 27 positive of the cells. That means if the antibodies bind with its corresponding antigen in the presence of complement, this will lead the activation of the complement and will lead to the cell membrane attack the complex only to slice of the lymphocyte, and in addition by adding a specific dye will be appear entire Terasaki plate under microscope. The lysis cell will stand by specific state. The next method is cellular MLC, which is mixed lymphocyte culture. It is rarely being used now and initially used for the class 2 typing, and its principle is lymphocytes of one donor when cultured with the lymphocyte of unrelated donor, they get stimulated to proliferate or become cytotoxic. There are many molecular assays used in HLA typing. Molecular polymerase chain reaction based HLA typing techniques allows the determination of DNA sequence variations either by hybridization with a sequence specific oligonucleotide probe, which is PCR SSO, or by the combination of sequence specific primers, or by the direct sequencing of a PCR product. So in this picture, there is a sequence specific oligonucleotides having one PCR, hybridization of PCR products with immobilized SSO probes, and the second one is sequence specific primers which have the multiple PCRs and the separation of PCR products on the agarose gel, and the sequence based typing having one PCR which is directly sequence of the PCR products. Briefly say about the sequence specific oligonucleotides probes. The combination of PCR technology and hybridization with the sequence specific oligonucleotide probes was first applied to HLA class 2 typing. Because of the limitations of DR serology and of the better knowledge of allelic polymorphism at DR and DQ loci. So the procedure relies on the locus specific amplification of the genomic DNA segments comprising the polymorphic sites of the HLA alleles, and the amplified DNA is then immobilized on the solid support, usually a nylon membrane, and then hybridized with the battery of sequence specific oligonucleotide probes. And the fluorochromes are linked with the probes to allow their detection by chemiluminescence. Alternatively, SSO probes can immobilized on the solid support. For example, color-coded microspheres on hybridized with labeled PCR and the reverse hybridization. The higher the number of probes, the better the resolution level, and usually 50 to 100 probes per locus are used for intermediate high resolution typing. However, only the probe completely matched with the target sequence amplified will hybridize and give a positive signal. In this figure explains how the method is going on. The resolution level depends on the number of parts. For example, 50 to 100 probe per locus, it gives the intermediate to high resolution, as I said earlier. So this diagram shows how the sequence binds to its corresponding sequence, and it will give the positive signals, and if there is no signal, that is there is no similarity in the alignment in the sequence. For example, DRBI have a PCR amplification with a specific sequence, and immobilization of PCR products and adding the probe by hybridization of several SSO probe, and the probe 1 and probe 2 here, as we see in probe 2 gives positive signals because it binds to its corresponding sequence here on the PCR product. So about sequence specific primers, PCR SSP. So this procedure relies on the specificity of the primer extension that is matched or mismatched with the template that it's 3' in, and the combination of 3 primers designed for each of the 2 polymorphic sequence motif in. This allows the identification of an allele or a group of allele that are characterized by these 2 motifs. So the presence or absence of the 2 motif in CIS is usually detected by the gel electrophoresis, but other detection methods have been developed. So this method is rapid and ideally suited for a small number of samples because very few sequences are absolutely allele specific, and SSP combine several primers to discriminate the particular allele unambiguously. So this method can be applied for low resolution typing using the primer combination that detect all alleles within the given serotype, as well as for the high resolution typing. So low resolution like HLA A, B, D or typing can be achieved by the combination of 72 primer mixes. So depending on the HLA phenotype, a combination of 300 to 400 different primers mixed are necessary to determine the HLA A, B, C, DRB1, DRB3, DRB4, DRB5 and DQB1 alleles in the given individuals. So here the individual 1 and individual 2, the primer of LAN 7 and the primer for LAN 8 are present after amplification. PCR for 2 individuals, the presence and absence of PCR product, it is detected by agarose gel electrophoresis. HLA specificities are assigned based on the combination of bands observed, and here in the individual 1 pattern of DRB1 is 0401, while the individual 2 pattern of DRB1 is 0404. The next one is sequence based typing. So the principle of this direct sequencing is the primer will get the conserved HLA sequence resulting in the amplified products under controlled PCR condition, and the presence of amplified DNA fragments is a positive indication of the existence of allele, and it can be further identified via direct DNA sequencing, and the DNA sequencing is the gold standard of molecular diagnostic, and it can be provide high resolution result for HLA typing.